what to bring if I'm coming to Canada, especially to Newfoundland Labrador. I've been answering the same questions to different people through audios, so I thought maybe I should make a video on this topic, what to bring if I'm coming to Canada. So that is going to be today's topic. Keep watching. Basic essential things to pack are like clothings, your documents, medication things, appliances, utensils. So basically what to bring is depend on how much luggage you can bring into Canada. So it depends on the flight providers. So you need to check with the flight you are planning to travel. So each flight providers would have their own website saying, you can check with your tickets, you bet see how much luggage you can check in and carry in. So plan accordingly. Like, if you are carrying over luggages, you would have to pay penalty. If you are taking transit of 2 flights or 3 flights, you may end up paying penalty in each airport. So that's the first thing to consider. So when it comes to documents, make sure you get all the documents you submitted for your permanent residency or work permit. Especially get all the work related, education related documents printed, copied, scanned. So, make sure you bring all the documents printed, at least few copies of them printed. In order to get a copy of your document here, you may need to go to Staples or public libraries here, which is not easy if you are a newcomer here, without a car. Get a few copies of COPR because you need the COPR copies here in Canada to avail few initial services like get your NCP card, get your SIN number, social insurance number, which is a tax identity here. So in order to get your first SIM card, so this requires your passport copies, your COPR copies, or your work permit approval documents. If you are coming as a work permit, or now if you are coming with a job, you would have facility in your workplace to take some printouts. Similarly, if you are coming as a student, all the facilities will be available in your school or college. So if you're a person coming with a permanent residency but not a job yet, make sure you get your resumes printed, your educational documents, all your experience certificates and related things. So get all the copies of these things while you come. Bring all your medical documents, if you have any health conditions, if you have any medications, bring all the prescriptions, all the necessary documents to support that. If you're coming with kids, make sure you have your kids' vaccination charts. As a parent, you might know what are the very important documents for a child. Vaccination certificates may be required in your school admission here. Kids' school admission. So bring all those documents. Coming to clothing, it depends on in which season you are arriving here in Canada. Normally, winter starts here at December to February, March, right? So if you are coming during this time, make sure you get one jacket for each person traveling, because you will be arriving in airport and you have to travel to the place to live. So make sure it's a good quality one from your country. But normally the jackets you bring from your country may not be enough for the season here. So, but still, the jackets you buy from your country can be used in light winter time. So still, bring one jacket. Similarly, winter clothing like hat to cover your ears if it's a really winter time. Especially for your kids, make sure you have enough clothing to cover kids. Basically, you don't have to worry about will I be able to survive? Yes, you will be. But you just have to be prepared. That's it. I prefer layering of clothes in seasons. So basically, you can still wear the fall clothings in winter, but it will be with layers. So basically, what I would suggest is get layers of clothes. So get thermals, good quality thermals for each people traveling. I would suggest getting at least 3 pairs of thermals. So this is thermal. Yeah, it's like inner clothing. We used to wear that before the normal wears. So it would be thermal, normal wear, jacket, depends on the season. Yeah, then socks to cover your legs and gloves to cover your hands. So socks, Yeah, you can still have 5 to 10, whatever as required for you. That would be sufficient for the initial days. I would prefer winter clothing from Canada itself. If you are coming in winter, you can get this a few pairs from your country. But if you are coming for summer, just don't bother about these things from your country. You can bring whatever you have, whatever you want. Getting a good few pairs of jeans, cozy comfy clothes from your country would be good, so that you can wear it all season here. Also, the next important thing here in Canada during winter is winter boots. I would only prefer winter boots from here in Canada, but if you are coming in the real winter days, bring some good quality shoes, or a winter boot. Only one pair, right? Because you would have to buy from Canada anyway. Yeah, that's another thing I can remember of. This is my personal opinion. So I would prefer buying innovations from India, or from my country, rather than buying from here. Because first thing is, it's really expensive. I feel it's really expensive for a good quality ones. I found it's very reasonable in my place. So it's your call. Get enough clothings to avoid first shoppings here before you get settled in. And if you're a newcomer and you may not afford big purchases in the beginning, there are different options available here, like some good quality used items like in thrift store, and some. So it will be available across Canada, but here in Newfoundland we have Value Village thrift stores available so close. You can find good quality of these bedding items and things if you haven't come with enough, and you don't have to spend much in the beginning days. Next thing is about appliances and utensils. I won't personally prefer bringing electronic appliances from different countries, because the voltage and the electricity is standards are different here in Canada. So basically we have 110-volt. This kind of plugs are only available here. So when you make purchases of electronic items, make sure you follow these standards. Similarly, if you are bringing all electronic appliances that you bought from India or your place, make sure you get an adapter, good quality adapter or converter to use in these plugs. Coming to kitchen appliances, I would say mixer. I bought mixer from India actually. So I made sure that it follows the electricity standards of here. It is like mixers are available here in Canada. There are good quality ones, but when it comes to my cooking style, I prefer much more grinding than the ones available here. So I bought a Preeti mixer which supports 110-volt. And next thing I bought was the knives. All the kitchen things are available here, but as a non-vegetarian, I felt the knives here are not sharp as we really look for. So I would suggest bringing good sharp knives from your place. It's better to have it. That's a normal suggestion I have been hearing. Then having some initial pans and cooking things from your country is good. I would suggest thick based cooking pans and cookwares from your country. So I bought one set that has these different kinds of cookwares, which was good purchase. Pressure cooker was one of the best thing I bought from India. I think it's more available in other provinces like the mainland, Toronto, but I haven't found much pressure cookers here like the ones we used to get in India. So I bought two of them, like different size, and rest are based on your taste and your styles of cooking. If you are a South Indian who likes to make puttu, idili, idiyappam, those things, you can bring such utensils. That's up to you. But I won't consider them as a very basic things to bring if you have luggage limitations. And next thing is the basic food items to bring. So pack a few basic food items for the initial 10 days, I would say. I didn't buy a lot of rice or things. It was readily available, but I bought a lot of spices from my place. We still get our native spices here, but I felt it's like a bit expensive. So I would suggest bringing your spices here. Anyway, we will be used with the what we have here, but still, if you are really foodie, you can bring them. The most important thing is about medicines, medications, right? So here in Canada, health system is free, but it has to be go through a lot of waiting list. So better to have some basic medicines like something for fever, coughing, tummy upset, headache. So those basic medications, you should keep a prescription for all these medicines you bring. Especially if you have kids, I would suggest getting all these medicines for your kids. For kids less than 6 years of, we will not receive these medicines over the counter. And I think fever one is available, but it's not like about coughing, tummy upset, all those things, loose motion. So we don't get medicines for kids below 6 years of age for these diseases. So it's better if you can get from your country. And for above 6, we still have a lot of over-the-counter medicines. But if you have this handy, it's better always, because in order to see a doctor, you may have to wait a long time here with this sick child. Similarly, for you being adults, if you have these medicines you've been using with prescriptions, get them along. You can only keep these medicines in your check-in bag, but take the prescriptions either in your carry bag or maybe somewhere that is accessible in case any questions come up on your package. Also, do not take any plants or things because it's not allowed, and you may end up having troubles during the transit time. Keep a checklist of each bag. Like, it's always better to have a list of things you have in each bag. Also, carry these landing related documents. If you're coming as a permanent resident, make sure you have the approval letters, COPR, everything handy in your carry-in bag. Similarly, if you are coming as a work permit holder, your work permit and study permit will only available at like airport. So make sure you have enough documents to prove that you are coming on this approval. So have your approval letters, confirmation letters, everything in your carry-in bag. And as I told you earlier, you can bring in tools like knives, but declare it in the airport that you are carrying these tools. So that's all about in this video. Thanks for watching. See you in another video. Bye.